Hello, welcome back to Organic A to Z. I'm your monkey host, Mr. Gregory Schaefer. Today, it is all about K, and we're all gonna hail the veggie known as kale. A lot of you fools, you don't like kale. You say it doesn't taste good, but you're wrong. Plain wrong. It's delicious, and it's also amazingly nutritious. In fact, a lot of nutritionists say that kale is the healthiest vegetable out there. Think about that. It's packed with protein, fiber, magnesium, calcium. It has vitamins A, B, C, K, antioxidants. That's just part of the list. It goes on and on and on. Now, your leafy greens, they love nitrogen, and they'll suck it up right out of the soil. I don't think artificial nitrogen is really a good thing for the old belly, so I would recommend sticking with your organic kales. They're also sweeter and taste better, so maybe that's what was wrong with your mama's kale. Now check it out, I've got 3 different types of kale here. I've got a red kale, beautiful, purple hues, nice purple stem. Got your regular green leafy kale there. It's nice and curly, beautiful. This is probably the most common one. And then we've got an Italian heirloom kale, lacinato. Now this one's also known as dinosaur kale. And I like to call kale dinosaur lettuce. So if you've got kids in the kitchen, tell them this is just prehistoric dinosaur lettuce. I think they'll appreciate that. You can eat kale raw. It's a little bit chewy, and you can forget about eating that rib in the middle. That thing is tougher than a rubber band, so just rip it off. And the leaves, yes, you can eat them. They're a little bit chalky. I like them on salads, but I love them in smoothies. I just started doing this, and I have one every morning. A regular banana smoothie with a handful of kale chopped up and thrown in there. So good. But today, we are gonna cook kale, and I have a very special recipe. It's dear to my heart. It comes all the way from Japan. I've got 2 friends out there, Molly and Nabe. They're organic rice farmers, and I was visiting them a while back, and they cooked me super kale. We're pairing this kale up with their amazing tofu, so let me show you how to prep tofu the right way. Take your tofu and put it on a towel. Now this is critical. We've got to press all of the water out of the tofu. So cover it up, get a big, heavy weight like this cutting board or a phone book, and let it sit there for about 20 minutes at least. Press the water out of it, just let it ride. And when you're done, you're gonna wind up with tofu like this. Really thin, pressed down. It's beautiful. Now this is ready to be cooked, but it's also great to marinate it. If you pop it into a marinade, it will just absorb it, suck it all up, and it's delicious. Today though, we're gonna pop this into the wok and sear it. Okay, so I've got a really hot pan. I've added a little oil just to coat the pan, and now we're gonna add the tofu. And all we wanna do is sear them. Let them get crispy, golden brown on each side. Easy. Should only take about 3 minutes on each side for that to happen. All right, we're gonna take those out, set them aside. Now while the pan is still hot, I'm gonna add a little bit more oil and some chopped garlic, about 2 cloves, a couple tablespoons of chopped ginger, and a good dash of hot chili flakes. Let all that brown for a bit, and while that is going and the oil is still hot, I'm gonna chuck in all of my kale. What do I have here? 2-3 cups of chopped up kale, all 3 varieties. Like to mix and match. Now I like to toss that up real quick, real fast, so that the kale gets hit with that hot oil. And it browns and crackles a bit. There's still some water in the kale. Let it hit the pan. I'm gonna use really high heat to get this all started, and I'm gonna add some wine. I'm using a little red wine here. You could use stock, you could use white wine, you could use whatever you want, no problem. I'm funky using the red wine. I'm also gonna throw in some soy sauce and a tablespoon of brown sugar. All right, we're gonna stir this up a bit. I'm gonna turn the heat down to medium, put the lid on it, cover it, let it sit for about 10 minutes or so. All right, let's serve it up. And we got a bowl of rice right here. I'm gonna add to that some of that yummy, yummy kale. And of course that delicious tofu, which we so lovingly seared. There we go. A little bit of the extra ginger soy sauce. and good squeeze of lemon. Whoa, there we go. Lemon really helps kale sing. And there you have it, my friends. An amazing, delicious, healthy, organic bowl of Japanese fusion kale. Thank you for watching Organic A to Z. I'm your host, Gregory Schaefer. I'll see you next time. Arigatou gozaimasu.